Well, the old mama Highland cow, she's still up here in the barn. The other two joined her. I wonder if she ever left since last night. The other Highlanders out there, way out there eating grass. So I'll have to watch her, see if something's wrong with her. Yeah, I just don't know why they're up in here. I really don't know. They should be out there eating grass, all three of them. Instead of laying in this manure. Well, if there is something wrong with that old cow, she's on her own. I can't help her. I'm not gonna call a vet out for an old cow. There's the other one. That's the youngest one. Oh, Bully sure knows how to relax, didn't he? Well, I got some bales to move today, I think. And it's cooler today too, so that's good. I'm gonna try to see what I can get done before it rains. It's cloudy today, so it won't be hot too hot on the tractor. That hayfield, so that's good. Well, it's almost 9 a.m. and I didn't get as early a start as I intended, but I'm ready to head out to the hayfield now. At least it's overcast, so it won't be too hot. So that's good. Okay, I'm going to start the tractor up down and head to the hayfield and start staging or grouping those bales together for easier loading the trailers whenever we get around to that. Well, the first bales that I'm going to move today are those three. I'm going to move those 3 bales. Well, 2 here and 1 there. Then I'm going to take when they get ready to haul the bales to the big pasture with my brother and his tractors and trailer. I'm going to take one of these bales out the day before and put it up there in the pasture by the road so I can lock them in. So they'll be locked, so the cattle will be locked in that pasture with something to eat besides the grass when we're hauling bales, so I can leave all the gates open. Okay, let's move some bales. Okay, I'm ready. Let's get this tractor started. I changed oil yesterday, so everything should be good, and I got it refueled with gasoline the other day too, and antifreeze is topped off. All right, everything's good to go. Let's go. Well, I had to pump up the front tires a little bit. They were just a hair low. But they're good to go now. Okay, headed out to the hayfield. I finished staging or grouping the bales together, I'll come back with the truck. Take the tractor home. Okay, I got, it's hard to explain right now, but I got a group of 11 for my brother's trailer, and then a group of 8 for my trailer, which holds 6, and then 2 for his tractor. So that's 19, 19, and 19. Alright. And that leaves 9 bales over here. And I figure I'll pay my brother those 9 bales. Yeah. Now, if it happens that my brother-in-law doesn't want to drive my brother's tractor hauling the big trailer with the 11 bales, then I'll drive my brother's tractor hauling the 11 bales, and then my brother will haul 2 bales at a time. So that'll give us more trips. But on the other groups of 6 that are going to be left, we'll just have to pick them up as we need them to fill up my brother's trailer. Anyway, I got it set up for both possibilities. My brother-in-law wants to drive the tractor. My brother's pulling my brother's big trailer with the 11 bales. That's one option. And then if I'm driving my brother's tractor with the trailer and the bales, then we'll just do it that way. Either way, I'm going to give my brother 9 bales. I don't know if that's enough or if that's too much, but I figure I can spare it. Anyway, I'm going home with my tractor. Yeah. Hayfield, I brought everything in from that side and everything in from that side, so yeah. And it looks like there's some clouds banking up, especially over there to the west and northwest. Yeah. There might be a rain coming. I'm glad I got it done before the rain. And since I'm headed home anyway with the tractor, why go home empty? I'm going to take 1 bale with me. I think I always do that. Alright, I'll leave that up by the house. I won't feed it though. Yeah, I'll feed the old ones first. Okay, I'm going to head home now, in case it does rain. I'll come back with the truck though, take a better look at all the bales that I got staged out here. Well, I'm back from the hayfield, staging the bales for loading later on, maybe this weekend, who knows. Anyway, it looks like it might rain, so I'm going to take the truck back to the hayfield, take a better look at all the hay that I staged out there, all the bales. Yeah. Okay, let's go take a look before it rains. Mockingbird up there singing up a storm. Listen to the mockingbird sing. Okay, I gotta go. Well, I don't know how the wind's going to affect the sound, but I'm just going to drive around. I probably won't explain nothing because of the wind. Anyway, that's the 9 bales there. There's all the bales grouped together in the center. Yeah. Okay, now I'm going to drive around. This is the last two groups that I did. On the right is a grouping of 11. That's how many bales fit on my brother's big trailer. And the grouping on the left is a grouping of 8. 6 bales for my little trailer, and 2 bales that my brother can carry on his tractor. View from the southwest corner. Oh man, I'm gonna take this field. This field would be that bumpy, but it is. Okay, this is the center. Okay. Yeah, looks like it might rain. I'm looking from the southeast corner. I'm going to drive along this side of the field. The east side. Yeah, it looks like there's a rain out that way. Up there to the northwest. On the south end. It comes up to grouping in the middle. Each group, each double group, I guess you could say, double grouping, has 19 bales in it. If we use both trailers. Yeah. But if my brother-in-law don't want to drive my brother's tractor, that's okay. We'll just haul them with my brother's tractor and I'll drive. Here comes the third grouping of 19. I should say double grouping. And this last grouping is brother, we're using his time, both of his tractors and his what do you call it? Trailer, big trailer. Alright, that's all the bales from this hayfield. I took one bale home, so it's minus one bale. 67 altogether, and there's 66 out here right now. Okay. This is about where I came in, or where I started. Okay, let me go back home and wait for the rain. The neighbor's lake south of me with some geese on it. Yeah, I came down south here to see where that smell was coming from, and it's coming from over there. That's my other neighbor, actually my classmate from high school. He raises dairy cattle, and I think that's where the smell of that manure came from. They must be spreading the manure over there somewhere. I just came around the corner, around the block here to see if I can track the smell, but I think I know where it's coming from. Dairy farm is down that road, but his field is over here. That's where he's spreading manure. And I can smell it. It's strong now. Yeah, it's a strong smell now. That's what I was smelling yesterday. Yeah. He's got a dairy farm, and yeah, you can see the manure on this side of the hill here. It's like a liquid manure almost. Yeah, from a pit, manure pit. Yeah, all the way through here. See, all the way down to this whole field. This whole field is spread with manure. Yeah. Yeah, his farm's over there beyond those trees there on the left. Or actually straight ahead. If I remember right, this was an alfalfa field over here. Right here. Yeah, he planted this alfalfa a few years ago. Yeah. Yeah, but the field on the left is the one he spread manure on. He didn't spread the manure on the alfalfa. It looks like he cut it recently. Looks like there's some grass taking over his field too. Yeah, that's my neighbor's alfalfa. I don't know how many years old this is, maybe 3 or 4. Looks like he spread manure on that field way back there too. It's hard to tell though. Yeah, but it looks like it. With the dark and light spots on it, yeah. If not, then he just worked it down. But I think it's been treated with manure way back there. Now the end of the field is where I turn right onto my road. It goes back to my house. Yeah, that's where the manure smell is coming from, back that way. And I'm going down this road. That goes back to my house. This road turns to the left up here. On this is the first turn. Actually, my big pasture is beyond those trees, and the east end of my pasture is right. This is the boundary somewhere here. There's another sign that says impassable during high water, and that's for that creek crossing down there. That's on the south end of my pasture. Now the road turns to the right. Yeah. And then it's straight on down. There's a big hill down there, and that goes down to the creek. This place was built, I'd say less than 5 years ago. Yeah, I think so, less than 5 years. I'm not sure if it was before my wife passed away or not. 2020. Good question. I don't remember, but it's not that old. Been here for a while, but not that long. And down there is in that bottom is my big pasture. After I go down that hill, I'm close to home now. There's my pasture down there on the right, and there's that creek crossing. And here's that big hill. Now, I remember when I first moved over here, and this road was dirt. Past my driveway was all dirt. That was a dirt road. But then over the years they started rocking it, or graveling it, whatever you want to call it. Now it's a more passable road. Okay, I'm headed home now. Yeah, I'm headed home. The back way. It looks like the creek is still flowing a little bit. I got water coming out of the pipe. Oh, here's a big truck. I better pull up, get out of the way. Well, today I'm just passing by. I'm home. Well, I'm back home again. Yeah, I guess I'll check the radar, see what the rain's doing. Warmed up to 80, even without the sun shining. Or should I say, with the sun, with the clouds. Sun's always shining. Sometimes we can't see it though. 1:10 p.m. radar shows some rain coming. Looks like, I don't know, it's coming down from the northwest. Not here yet, but it's approaching, I think. Well, according to the radar, there should be some rain over that way. Whether it's coming my way or not, I couldn't tell. Oh well, if it rains, it rains. If it don't, it don't. At least I got the bales moved. And maybe this weekend we'll haul some bales. I'll just have to wait for my brothers to fit it into his schedule. I don't know if it's just my imagination or these cattle are acting strange. It's not even hot today. But they're just laying around. She was in the barn all night, I think. Yeah. I don't know. I haven't seen them out eating today. Well, she was out there early this morning. Yeah, but these three here were up in that corner there. So I don't know what's going on. But I'll just let them do what they got to do. Yeah. I guess they're getting plenty to eat. Yeah. So, and she's chewing her cud, so that's good. I haven't seen the others chewing their cud yet. Only he's just trying to rest from the flies. She's the only one chewing her cud, which is a good sign. Anyway, I'll let them do whatever they want to do. They're just resting. I'll probably start eating again later. There's a mockingbird up in that tree, making a lot of noise. I guess it's music. There's another one up there. On the, he just flew up to the antenna. Actually, there's two of them. There's two. I think both of those are mockingbirds. I'm not sure, but I know that one is because it's singing. Oh well. I'm just gonna go back in the house, wait for the rain, which should be coming from that direction. Mulberries still have plenty of red berries on, but there's plenty of black old berries that fell onto the ground in the driveway. Yeah, the birds are enjoying that tree. They like those berries. Well, I can see the spray that I sprayed here a few days ago around the garden and on the garden. Looks like it's taking effect. Things are starting to turn yellow. So that's good. But I still got my lemongrass. I didn't spray that. I had it covered up. I had my sweet potato covered up. I also have another sweet potato I got to plant. And I got some 4 volunteer tomatoes over there in my garbage dump. So after all the weeds are dead, I'll see about moving the old manure out of the barn and top dress everything with that old manure. Cover everything up with the old manure. And then I'll see if I can plant something. Yeah, this sweet potato's growing pretty good. We got roots on it. Got roots in the water. Yeah. It was starting to sprout. It had a couple sprouts on it. Oh, a week ago maybe? Or maybe 2 weeks ago, I don't know. And I just put it out here in a container with water. And it's big enough to put in the garden now. See the birds? They're eating the mulberries. Plus they're singing. There's one way at the top of the tree. Over there, I think. They like to sing. There's more than one here, I know that. Mockingbirds. Well, it's 2 p.m. and I think the rain went north. Yeah, I didn't get no rain. It went north. Well, there's a little cell over here coming in from the west, so who knows, I might still get some rain. We'll see. Well, I just lost my internet connection, so I came outside to see what was happening. And it's raining, light rain. But I couldn't check the radar because there's no internet. Okay. Well, a little rain is good. Yeah. Helps the grass grow. Yeah, that's good. Well, when I get my internet back, I'll see what kind of rain is over us. Yeah, it's a light rain. Listen to the rhythm of the falling rain. Yeah, nice gentle rain. That's good. That's the best kind of rain. Slow and gentle. Okay. I'll go see if my internet comes back. Well, it's good to see the cattle out eating grass again. I thought I saw something over there. I think it's maybe a squirrel or a bird. Anyway, they're eating grass, so that's good. There's the old mama cow. I guess she was just resting for something. I don't know. Yeah. Okay. I'll go back in, stay dry, and check the weather radar after the internet comes back. But if this is the rain we get, a slow, steady rain, that'd be good. That'd be good. I'm hearing a little thunder over that way. Yeah. Good to see the cattle eating grass and tree leaves again. Okay, she can really reach those tree limbs up there, can't she? She's pretty good at that. Once she gets a hold of it, she keeps eating on it before it breaks free. Yeah, you can eat those trees. Oh, she's oh, she got another one. She got it again. I don't know what kind of tree that is, but she's pretty good at eating those tree leaves. Okay, gotta go back in. I think it just started to rain. South, north, northwest, west, southwest. Yeah, I'm getting a little wet here. I came out to check the mail. Okay, I gotta go in before I get too wet. Wind's starting to pick up. Yeah, getting stronger. Blowing the rain. Yeah, I'm getting wet now. Well, the 4:30 p.m. radar shows this area here. That's where I am. I'm getting a little bit of the edge of the rain. Most of it went north though, but there's still plenty out here that might be coming across too later on. Anyway, that's what I got right now. Well, it's 6:30 p.m. now, and I lost my internet again, and then I heard the rain. This rain's a little bit harder than the first one. First rain we had, I don't know what time it was. 4 o'clock maybe? 3, 4 o'clock, something like that. And forgot. And it didn't amount to anything. It was just a few drops anyway. But this one's a little bit more. And there's more thunder too, over to the south. I just heard a thunder over there. Yeah, this rains a little bit more. Once I get my internet back, I'll be able to see how big a storm it is, how much rain coverage there is. Okay, I'm gonna go back in the house where it's dry. Now this is what I call a rain. Yeah, it's raining now. Yeah, there's water on the driveway now. It's going to fill up that little branch there, and all that water from there is going to go down. Yeah, there's a branch here, That flows down into my pasture. And there's, on the other side of that hill there's another big branch, and that also flows down into my pasture. So that's gonna fill up my ditch. Yeah. So I have to wait till the rain's over to see how much water is going to be in the ditch. This is going to be a soaker here. Yeah, that's going to be a soaker. Still don't have the internet. I can't tell how big of a storm it is. Didn't look like much on the radar before, but it must have just popped up. This must be one of those pop-up storms. It just popped up over me. I hear thunder to the south, so that's probably where it came from, south. Yeah. Rain comes. I don't know how long it's going to last either. Not until I have radar back. Or my internet back, I mean. Well, it's pretty wet here. Next to in front of my house there. Look at the water on the road. Yeah, the wind's blowing too. Yeah, the wind's blowing. Yeah, it's coming down now. Well, I haven't seen any hail, but I can hear something. Sounds heavier than a raindrop. Must be a small hail. I don't see nothing though. All I see is rain. But it's coming down pretty good. Yeah, I hear little pings. Sounds like ice on my roof. Yeah, I can hear something besides rain on my roof. Sounds a little bit like a small hail, but I could be wrong. Maybe it's big raindrops. I think it's starting to slow down a little bit. Just a little bit. There's still thundering to the south. Yeah, still thundering to the south. Thundering out there. Yeah, it's a rumbling. I can hear it. I'm gonna go back in. Inside my house. Well, at least my truck and tractor are dry. Or safe. Oh, there's a rumble. Rumble of thunder. The 705 radar shows a big storm cell over here to the east. But I got a little bit right here. So this little bit must have came over me. Because it's now about 10 after 7, so this must be the rain I got right here. The heavy stuff was over here though. I don't think I got that. At least I don't think I did. I think it just missed me. But I got this tail end right here. And I heard there were some big flashes of lightning too for a while. But that's all. I can hear it passing now. It's getting farther away. It's moving that way, I guess. Okay, at least I got my internet back anyway. Yeah, I think it's clearing out for a while. Storm did pass over me right here. Yeah, right here. Well, it's about 7:40 p.m. now, and it's all quiet now. The rain's over. Hey, swallows. What? What do you want? Huh? Hey, swallows. Am I bothering you? Huh? Taking a break? Yeah, catch it. No bugs to catch? Huh? No mosquitoes? I'm gonna go check something out. Birds, so you better. They got a nest underneath the carport. Ooh, there's a dark cloud. Looks like it's moving north. All these clouds are moving north. Yeah, that one too. Yeah, I hear thunder to the north too. That's where that storm went. I hear the water flowing through them culverts down there, and I see the water flowing through the street, through the ditch. So I'm gonna take it down there, go down there and look at it, since it's not raining. Well, there's water flowing from across the road, flows down through here. It's flowing here, and goes down that way. And then two streams merge right here. They flow in from the other branch to the north. Yeah. You can see where that stream merges. Oh, frog. Yeah. You can see the muddy water from here, clear water on that one. That flows in from the north. And then further down, the same branch must divide, because it also flows out here a little bit. Not as much though. Right there. So both of these, this stream and that stream down there, both flow off of this branch, north of me. And then this, they all flow out here. And you see what I did with my culvert work? Oh, I'm getting muddy here. Yeah, it's working pretty good. Working pretty good. The concrete did a good job. Yeah, I like it. Making the water flow in the culvert and not under it. So that's good. My work paid off. And then the water flows downstream. As I say, down ditch. Yeah. Water comes downstream from up there. The concrete forces all the water to flow into the culverts and not under it. At least I don't see none coming out from underneath it. It used to come out right between there. But now it's going through both. That's the one that I bought. Well, that's the one I bought online, 15-inch by, was it 10 foot? And this one is 12-inch that I also bought, but I bought it from the guy who has the excavator company, the excavating company, the one who did the work here, or the owner. And they must have had that. They said it was an 11-foot, 12-inch diameter, 11-foot long. They had it left over from their job, and he sold it to me for $60, so, which is pretty good, considering I spent $200 on that one. Yeah. Plus the shipping was almost as much as the culvert itself. Anyway, it's all flowing downstream just like I planned. That was my goal. Before, the water would go out. Well, actually, before I dug this ditch, the water would go out over there, past that tree and over that way. It would go out and flood the whole thing. But then when they first dug this here, they put that 12-inch culvert right there, because that was my idea to put it there, because I had a hump of dirt there they could use covered up. But the pipe was too small, to hold all the water that comes down this ditch. So it backed up. It backed up and overflowed out this way. Yeah. So I bought that new culvert, and I had them dig that one up and add both of them over here. And now it's working pretty good. Those two culverts are enough to maintain the flow. Okay. Cattle are still out grazing, so that's good. I'm not sure how long it's been since this whole ditch was dug out. But there's already weeds growing on the dirt that was dug out. And I told them to just leave it lay here. It'll act like a what do you call that? Levee. Acts like a levee in case this overflows again. At least it won't overflow here. Yeah, but here the dirt's just a little bit high here. Yeah. Grass is already growing on the dirt that they dug out though. Yeah, but it's flowing all the way down now. Yeah, right there, right where that turn is. That's where the, I used to feed hay here, and they rolled the bale into there one time. This ditch was like dug out like 30 years ago, maybe more than that, 30, 35 years ago. So over time it got silted up, filled up with weeds, and I didn't maintain it very good. Anyway, this year I decided, and it kept overflowing there after the bale got stuck in there and clogged up. The water still went down there, but most of it went out this way every time it rained. So I decided to have it dug out, and it was worth it. Now it all flows out that way and keeps my pasture a little bit drier. Yeah. There's old mama cow again, still with the bull. And the other one's over there eating leaves again. The third Highlander, I think she's way over there. Yeah, she's way over there. In the shadows of that tree there. Yeah. Anyway, I'm satisfied with the work they did. Now it's my job to keep it maintained. I mean, the cattle will keep the weeds, hopefully the weeds eat down. Last year was bad because I didn't have the cattle here all summer, so all these weeds got real tall, especially in the ditch, and I didn't spray them or anything. But it was already clogged up even before the weeds grew. But see how they're keeping it trimmed? They're eating the weeds because they can still go into the ditch and eat and cross. Somebody just went by with it, ATV. Yeah, I'm happy with this. Yeah. Looks good. Yeah, when that single culvert was here, the 12-incher, the water would hit there. Too much water coming down, it couldn't get through fast enough, so it all went out here. So I had them dig that culvert out and dig this ditch out some more, and that solved the problem. Now put two culverts up there for the crossing. Yeah, I wanted a crossing there because of the ATV. I can use the ATV to check my fence instead of walking along the fence up there up and down that hill. That's all I needed it for, to go up and down that hill to check the fence on my ATV. Lazy, huh? Yeah, okay. Well, I'm getting bitten by mosquitoes here. I'm going in. Okay. There's my pear tree. Look at that. Those two are walnuts. I left them for the squirrels. I used to eat them, but I gave up. Too hard to crack them. There's that elderberry. Here's the, I keep on elderberry. There's the mulberry. Yeah. Birds just liking that. Here's the cedars I planted before. I had them planted before I even built the house. Because when I first bought this here bottom here was all, and the hillside was all full of trees. Everything was covered with trees. But the top, where the house is and pond and everywhere up there, that was farmable, but they didn't farm it. It was idle for years and years, and just nothing but weeds. And all these cedar trees were like a foot tall or more. And so when I mowed this to clear it up, I saved the cedars, and then I dug them up and planted them in a row here for my windbreak during the winter. And it worked pretty good. Okay, let's go back to the house. The reason this scar is here is because there used to be a big hump of dirt there. Well, not real big, but it was big enough. And it was leftover, I guess, from when they pushed all this, when I had this bottom cleared out. I think, I don't know all of it, but some of it. The trees, those are leftovers from when I pushed this out. And, oh, I don't know, in 80, it was after 83, 85, 86. Yeah. Because I didn't bring the cattle here until 1990, so it was before that. Yeah, because I had to get pasture for them first. Anyway, big pile of trees was up there. That all rotted. I don't think I ever burnt it. I don't think I did. Anyway, this mound of dirt was left over from that somehow, and I decided, well, I had that 12-inch culvert. I thought, well, that would fit here good, because this here is about where I was crossing. I was crossing with my ATV before they dug this ditch, crossing here a little bit because it was easier to cross down there. And I said, well, there's a hump of dirt here, and I want a culvert here. So I just told them, take that dirt from that hump and then cover the culvert up. And that's why there's a scar there. But then I realized that 12-inch pipe wasn't enough, and I didn't like it here because it made the water overflow this way when it backed up. So I had them dig this up and move it down there, and then I had the other one to go with it. So that's why this scar is here. It was my mistake for putting the culvert here better up there. Okay, let's go back to the house. Bugs are bad here. Yeah, the cattle are keeping the weeds pretty real cut down, but there's some weeds they won't eat. I think I see some Jimson weeds in there that are starting to get big. And before they go to seed, I'll have to come in here through it and spray them. The weeds that they eat, I ain't worried about. It's the weeds that they don't eat. They don't eat Jimson weeds, and any other weed that they don't eat, I'll have to come through here and spray it to kill them. Spray it or mow it, I don't know, either one. They don't eat the ironweed or the thistle, but I ain't too worried about them. I could spray them. They're not really that thick, but if I don't try to kill them, they'll get thicker over time. They used to be real thick in here, but for a few years I was spraying them. Yeah, I should start spraying them again. Kill the rest of them. That's about the only thing that gets rid of them. So if I let one go to seed, yeah, and or bloom and let it go to seed, then I'll be in trouble. That and thistle. If I let one thistle bloom and go to seed, I have thousands of thistles after that. All right, I gotta go back to the house. I sure like to watch my culverts in action. Yeah. I'm glad I fixed the other end with concrete. When they were digging this ditch the first time they dug the whole ditch and installed a culvert down there, but they didn't touch from here to there because I told them to leave this alone because this ditch was already deep. And I didn't have a problem with this part. And then, so they dug from here all around and put the culvert there, that single culvert. Then, after I got this new culvert, I asked them to come back and then dig that one up, dig this out, and put two culverts in here, which they did. But I told them I wanted the culvert there and I didn't told them not to touch this because with all these roots here, it kind of slows the water down. So I wanted to leave those roots. Yeah. Yeah, I could have done a better job of forming that concrete, I guess. But I used what I had on hand. Some old plywood, 2x4s, and whatever else I had. Yeah. I didn't have much to work with, but whatever I used, it worked. Yeah. Would have been better if I could have smoothed that over a little bit. But in other words, it worked, so I'm happy with it. 8 o'clock and all's well. Hello, Miss Kitty. You're stirring up the sparrow. That comes from the swallows again. You're stirring up the swallows. They're gonna attack you. Yeah. They're not attacking. They're not afraid of me. They don't like you. They think you're gonna get their babies. Yeah. Don't tell me. You're the cat. Yeah. Get under cover. Yeah. I gotta go in. I'm starting to drizzle it a little bit. I'm getting a little bit wet. All right. Oh, this bird don't like the cat. Another cat's right behind me. By the statue. You don't like that cat, do you? I don't think she'll get your kittens. You're too high up. She can't get to the ceiling. Anyway, that's all for today. I'm going to end it here and catch you on the next one. Yeah, cat. Yeah. Well, you've got to handle the birds, not me.